I use this analogy all the time about taking a pebble and tossing it into the ocean. And no matter how small that pebble is, it would change the dynamics of the ocean for the rest of for eternity. That ocean would never be the same because one person decided to toss one pebble into the ocean. With that being said, we have to instill in our children, particularly, and not just our boys, but our girls as well, that you are worth it. Your ideas and your concepts are worth it. Everything at this moment was not here until you stepped foot there. So they have to understand that you can change the world from where you are, but we have to give them that perspective, because when you have a mother who's doing the best that she can, she's raising her 3, 4 children by herself, but every day she's working 3 jobs, she's coming home, she's angry, she's frustrated, and every day she's dumping off on her children, or you go outside and your teacher's telling you you're bad, and your mama telling you you're bad, and your uncle's telling you you're stupid. Like, we have to change the language in which we choose to tell our students. So if this room was filled with a great deal of black males, I would tell them they're absolutely right in the way that they feel about their life right now. But in that way that you feel, you have to nurture that and move forward and see how you can turn that into a positive. How do you take being in poverty and changing the way that you see life? Because the thing about being a black male in general, whether you young, black, gay, straight, cruel, whatever it is, it's hard every day to wake up and be the monster in society simply because somebody decided to bring you into the world. That's a hard thing to live with. And I can't express that to anyone who's not an African-American male, because every day we walk past and we hear doors locked. Every day somebody decides not to touch our hand and give our change. Every day the police mean mug us simply for driving in our car, and we happen to look over, he's going to stare us down until we turn away. These are things that we deal with on a consistent and a continuing basis. And until we don't need to fear us, and we don't need to change who we are to make society feel better about who they are. So every black male, you can do better, but you have to put yourself around people who are doing better. You can't be, if you're the boss and you're the only boss in your group, then you're not the boss. Because bosses run with bosses don't run with help. That's just the real of it. That's the point she's touching on.
Yeah, that's real interesting, man. I was sitting here and he was talking. I'm like, I remember I used to always hear when I was younger. My brothers always talk all the time. He would always say that, my father used to always say that I don't raise fathers in my house.
Yeah.
He says either you're gonna be an eagle or you're gonna be a pigeon. He said I don't raise pigeons. Okay. He used to always tell us that. And if it was a room full of African American young boys, and I work with students every single day, and everybody wants to be an individual. Everybody wants to leave their mark and wants to be something amazing, exactly where they are. But if I would have the opportunity to talk to a room full of young African American men, I would say it's okay to be an individual. It's okay to be different. But as you're becoming different, realize what you're becoming. Because they make a lot of students I run into, middle school and high school, I run into, they make decisions today to make a stance for the rest of their life. And they don't realize in 3 years they're going to be completely different people. In 2 years they can meet somebody and they life can go a completely different way. I met a student in 7th grade who was innocent to the world, had no idea what was going on. I met the same person in 10th grade, had a body full of tattoos, had 2 kids, had herpes, had HIV, and was a sophomore. No, I was a freshman because they flunked. Was a freshman in high school. Yep. And came and he was like, yo, I should have listened to you. I was like, yo, you should have listened to me. But they didn't realize at that time in 7th grade they wanted to be a doctor. In 9th grade, they had no idea what they wanted to be. But they had so many issues that happened so far in their lives that caused everything to become faulty. And so I will tell anyone, any student I can ever interact with, all of you make a decision today, realize that you're going to grow into something bigger and better than what you can ever imagine. And you have to allow not only yourself, not only God, not only community, but the universe to respond to how you are growing. And you need to respond in a certain kind of way with enthusiasm and excitement about what you're going to become and look forward to it. I have to excuse myself. I have to go to another venue actually. But I appreciate it, Asian. I appreciate y'all for listening. If there's another time and come back, let me know. I have to go. It's not what I'm saying. But I really have to go.
So you got business cards, something you can leave in case people want to get in contact with you?